Alright, Ultra Turles' kit is already out, so let's start to break it down. His element is blue, and his tags are Saiyan, Powerful Opponent, and Turles Crusher Corp. Interesting! Let's proceed to his Z ability. Plus 5% to ultimate and awaken damage inflicted by episode sagas from the movies, and plus 42% to episode sagas from the movies or tag Powerful Opponent base strike and blast defense during battle. Wow, his Z ability is for defense. Does it mean that is a defense unit? Interesting. For his Ultra ability, if this character is the leader, applies the following effects to self when battle starts. Plus 30% to damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled. Plus 30% to ki recovery, cannot be cancelled. If this character is not the leader, applies the following effects to self per episode sagas from the movies battle support member when battle starts. Plus 5% to damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled. Plus 5% to ki recovery, cannot be cancelled. Up to 3 support members will be counted. Pretty basic stuff so far. He's got a blast armor for his strike arts. Plus, they have a 10% chance to reduce your opponent's Dragon Ball on hit. And same goes for his blast art. Wow, that's pretty toxic. For his blue card, seal the enemy's special move arts on activation. If the unique gauge is consumed, Turles' unfavorable element factors will also be nullified. Deals massive impact damage. The following effects occur upon activation. Plus 30% to special move damage inflicted for 3 timer counts. Seals enemy's special move arts. The sealed arts cannot be used for 3 timer counts. If unique gauge is at 20% or more, consumes 20% of this character's unique gauge, and applies the following effects to self upon activation. Applies attribute upgrade 30% to enemy's sustained damage cut effects for 3 timer counts, cannot be cancelled. Nullifies unfavorable element factors for 3 timer counts. That's nice. Type neutrality when you activate a blue, man, that's powerful. Blast armor when charging forward. For his green card, reduce the draw speed of all enemies. If the unique gauge is consumed, Turles gets a boost to draw speed and an attribute upgrade that shortens substitution counts. Randomly draws 1 new card. Restores own ki by 30. Plus 20% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Reduces enemy ki by 20. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade. 1 arts card draw speed level for 10 timer counts. If unique gauge is at 20% or more. Consumes 20% of this character's unique gauge and applies the following effects to self upon activation. Increases arts card draw speed by 1 level for 10 timer counts. Cannot be stacked. Applies attribute upgrade shortens substitution count by 3. Cannot be stacked. Effect resets after character switch. Cancels attribute downgrades in abnormal conditions. Thank you, Legends, for not giving this man an AoE green card. Let's proceed to his ultimate arts. Consume the unique gauge and boost ultimate damage inflicted. Allies will also get a boost to damage inflicted, and their substitution counts will be shortened, so you'll be ready to swap in a new character and press the advantage. Wow, that's pretty good. You can continue your combos non-stop. Deals supreme impact damage. Applies the following effects to self upon activation. Plus 20% to ultimate damage inflicted for 3 timer counts. Nullifies enemies, restores health when it reaches 0 effects when this character attacks for 3 timer counts. If unique gauge is at 20% or more, consumes 20% of this character's unique gauge, and the following effects occur upon activation. Plus 30% to ultimate damage inflicted for 3 timer counts, cannot be cancelled. Plus 20% to damage inflicted by allies for 30 timer counts. Shortens allies' substitution counts by 10. Blast armor when charging forward. Wow, now we're talking. That's a very powerful ultimate. Now, for his main ability. Recover a bunch of health and ki, and even restore the vanishing gauge by 100%. Draw the ultimate arts card Meteor Burst next. Restores own health by 25% and ki by 60. Restores own vanishing gauge by 100%. Applies attribute upgrade. Nash 20% to enemies' sustained damage cut effects to self for 20 timer counts. Requirements: 25 timer counts must elapse. Restoring the vanishing gauge is pretty solid mechanic. I can come in clutch. Alright, now, let's proceed to his first unique ability. Draw special arts when Turles enters the battlefield while also destroying an enemy card. If the unique gauge is consumed when a strike or blast arts is used, get a buff to damage, and if it's consumed when hit by an enemy's arts attack, recover health. Unique gauge charge rate will get a boost if there's a defeated battle member. Applies the following effects to self when battle starts. Charges unique gauge by 70%. Plus 180% to damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled. Reduces damage received by 70%, cannot be cancelled. Plus 70% to key recovery, cannot be cancelled. Increases arts card draw speed by 1 level, cannot be cancelled. 90/10 to special move arts cost, cannot be cancelled. Reduces impact, explode, and pierce damage received by 10%, cannot be cancelled. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. Draw a special arts card next, activates twice. Restores own key by 30. Plus 40% to damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled, activates once. Randomly destroys 1 enemy card. Also plus 50% to own unique gauge charge rate if there is a defeated battle member, cannot be cancelled, activates once. The following effects occur every time this character uses a strike or blast arts card. Consumes 20% of own unique gauge if it is at 20% or more, activates once. Activation count resets after character switch, or after this character's special action that activates when health reaches 0 has been activated. Plus 15% to damage inflicted for 10 timer counts. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade 10% to health restoration for 15 timer counts. The following effects occur every time when hit with an enemy's arts attack while this character is on the battlefield. Consumes 20% of own unique gauge if it is at 20% or more, activates once. Activation count resets after character switch, or after this character's special action that activates when health reaches 0 has been activated. Restores own health by 3%. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 10% to damage received for 15 timer counts. Wow, that's a very long list of abilities for his first unique equipment. So basically, when you enter the battlefield, you will gain a green card and you will hit pretty hard. You will also apply some debuffs to your opponent and you will gain buffs. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Now for his second unique ability. TURLES has a special cover change against strike arts. One time only when own health reaches 0, TURLES will remain undefeated and recover 70% health. After comeback activates, TURLES' offensive abilities will get major buffs, including a boost to damage inflicted and nullification for enemy destroy card and reduce key effects. The unique gauge will even be charged by 100%. The enemy's offense will also instantly be disrupted, so that will be your chance to fight back. Every time the unique gauge is consumed, enemy special cover changes will be nullified. So keep that gauge in mind as you battle it out. Wow, there's the comeback mechanic that we see in the reveal. I have a strong feeling that this unit will be top tier base on his kits that we have reviewed so far. Let's recap this unit's strengths. Number 1, unique gauge excels at offense and defense. Consume 20% of the unique gauge and power up each arts. Plus, every time the unique gauge is consumed, TURLES' health and key will be restored and enemy special cover changes will be nullified. The gauge will be charged by 70% at the start of battle, so TURLES will have a powerful offense and defense right away. Number 2, survivability. With the stats you'd expect of a defense type, a 10% reduction to impact, explode, and pierce damage received at battle start, and multiple ways to recover health, TURLES possesses some outstanding survivability. Number 3, powerful special move arts. Activating a special move arts will seal the enemy's own special move arts. If 20% of the unique gauge can be consumed, TURLES' unfavorable element factors will also be nullified. Number 4, significant buff after comeback. One time when TURLES' health reaches 0, this character will remain undefeated and recover 70% health. After comeback activates, the unique gauge will be charged by 100% and the damage inflicted by TURLES and allies will get a boost. It doesn't end there though, because the cost of all arts for all enemies will be increased by 50. Your opponent's Rising Rush will be sealed and their Vanishing Gauge will be reduced to 0. Your opponent's offense will end in an instant. Talk about overpowered. Alright, I will be summoning for this Ultra on Monday, so stay tuned for that. Let me know in the comments below if you are going to summon or skip this Ultra. I would love to hear your thoughts. Alright, that's the end of the breakdown. Until next time, fam. See you!